All right, so we're recording. All right, middle school teachers, admin, staff, whoever you are, we are here with the middle school DLS team. I am Chad Cochran.
Man, wait.
And Hosea Pipkins.
And we are your middle school resource, DLS, Schoology, managers, whatever. We wanted to do this just to get some information out there that y'all might be missing in the wonderful s'more in the middle that Ann Waite is sending out. Make sure you're reading that because it's got really good information. I myself have been caught not reading it just recently. And I feel terrible about it because the question I asked, the answer was in there. So before you email us a question, make sure you check out that s'more. Before we jump into In the Middle, just want to talk about some things that are going on in Schoology and just checking around. Hosea, you got anything on Schoology that you'd like to update us on or talk about?
Well, let's talk about grades. So I've been informed, I'm pretty sure most of you know, but just as a reminder, when a student's courses are changed, so if they change courses or change teacher, their grades are erased in Schoology. So as a precaution, you want to make sure that you print out those grades or make sure as soon as you get those grades as soon as you can, put them in eSchool. So if you go in and the kid has changed courses and the grades are gone, well, that means their counselor has changed their teacher. But if you put those grades in eSchool already, you will be good. So just a reminder, keep your eSchool up to date, even though the grades are in Schoology.
If you are an avid in the middle s'more reader, that was last week, and that's what I got trouble on.
That was the week of September 7th s'more, where the directions for Schoology on how to add a student back to your class to retrieve those grades to give them to that student's new teacher.
And boy, did I get a dirty look from Ann when I asked her that question. She said, it's in the s'more. We got to get shirts made that say it's in the s'more.
Something else for Schoology, though, I'm getting a lot of emails about is when I copy an assignment from one course to another course that has a Google Drive assignment attached to it, do I have to go back and reattach that Drive assignment? And the answer is yes, you do.
Google.
The answer is yes, you do, because when that whole act of attaching the assignment when you're in that section creates the assignment in the teacher's drive for that course, and then it's also creating that assignment for the students in that course as well. So I know it's a pain for those of you with the multitude of sections, but yes, you do have to go and reattach that Google Drive assignment.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of emails about that. And please know that when y'all do email us about Schoology, we not only try to answer your question and help you out on that, but we also pass that information on to our Schoology reps. And they are working with Schoology once a week on trying to resolve these issues. If you're moving stuff over and you're noticing that it's disappearing, a lot of the time it's because you're moving so much stuff over. And if any little hiccup or glitch happens in the time that you're doing that, it's just going to drop a link or two. So make sure when you move stuff over, you go and check. And I know I'm on my high horse saying that because I know some of y'all have 60 sections, and who has time to click through 60 sections?
Just do it in smaller chunks.
Yeah, that's the greatest advice is to move that stuff over, to copy stuff over to your courses in smaller chunks. All right, so we're going to jump right into the middle. Get it? And maybe that'll be the name of this podcast. And we are going to run through the s'more real quick for those people that are having a hard time reading it. This will be your audio backup, so you can check this out. And so I'm gonna start with it and let Ann, because she is the s'more wizard, talk a little bit about it, because you can go back and check it. But the first thing she's talking about is resetting students' passwords. And what do teachers need to know about resetting students' passwords?
So what you need to know is now that you are back on campus, you can easily go in and reset those student passwords. And the most common problem you're going to come across is an error called an LDAP error, LDAP error. And that is because the password that you are resetting it to does not meet the criteria in the system. So just make sure you read that criteria and just keep changing it to something else till you get something the system likes.
All right, Hosea, what can you tell us about updating your challenge questions? Why is that important for those teachers to go in and update those challenge questions?
because when you don't update your challenge questions, sometimes you can't log into eSchool or sometimes your email, etc. So if you're having problems getting into eSchool or TAC, the reason is because you haven't reset your passwords on Service Console. So that's another email that we've been getting, and I've been sending the instructions out. So don't get frustrated. Just know that, hey, go to Service Console, reset your passwords, answer your challenge questions, and then you'll be all systems go.
All right, now some of y'all, well, most of y'all are back on campus, and we are getting a ton of Promethean boards. Right now, we can't come out to your campuses and show you some stuff on the Promethean board, but we can send you videos. And I know that Ann and Jose have already sent that video out to a couple teachers. They're really good. They're real simple and they're real quick. And when you get back, make sure that you're calibrating your Promethean board. Now, if you don't know what that means, go read this more. All right, and tell us about restart versus shut down.
So every Friday, you should be shutting down your desktop computer, your Promethean. And when we say shut down your Promethean, we don't just mean turn off the TV, you mean actually shut down that little computer in the back as well. So that is just shutting it down. That's just turning it off. But once a week, I usually do mine on Monday, you need to also restart your devices. So you go in to the little power thing and you restart it, because when you restart it, that's when it can pull those updates that it needs. So if you are having like little glitchy issues with your desktop or your Promethean, chances are you need to restart it. And you may not need to restart it once, you may need to restart it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So just keep restarting until it pulls all those updates through.
Okay, and we have a big announcement for next week.
Yes.
We are going to be having office hours. And if you want to know about office hours, we're not going to say it on here. You're going to have to read this more. So my part's easy. I'm just going to say read this more and not tell you a lot of information. But check out for those office hours next week. And because we are back at the Bamberg Center and we are all housed together, but we are doing it with
But
social
separate.
distancing
Together
in mind.
but separate.
Together but separate. You want to talk about the snipping tool?
We just wanted to put some reminders in there about, make sure you're utilizing that snipping tool. If you need to grab little things, it's really useful if you are trying to create an assessment in Schoology and you need to grab an image or something from a PDF. And so it's easy to just go in there, snip that, save it, and then upload that into a Schoology assessment.
All right. So there is a couple additional things that we are going to just skip over because you can go read them on the S'more. We just wanted to hit that. And these updates we're going to try them out audio style, podcast style in our Schoology group. So go ahead and share it out if you like it. Also in the comments section, if you have questions of stuff that we didn't hit, please ask those questions. Also, one more thing, and Jose is going to tell you about this. Jose, we got something coming up in October that's really important to us DLSs and Aldine, and it starts with a T and has a C.
That's right. TCCA conference is still happening. It's going to be all virtual this year, so look for your email invites. You should have a few people on your campus that are actually volunteering. Ask those folks about TCCA. We are still having TCCA this year, all virtual from the comfort of your home. So you can pop in any session you want and pop out. This will, help with overcrowding, of course. So
and parking.
So
yes,
we hope to see you there virtually this year.
All right, guys. We thanks for tuning in. And again, if you like this, share it out. Let us know. Questions in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Bye.